Hello, good evening, and welcome to Cafdil Healthcare on Cafdil TV. My name is Kojo Arthur. 14th November every year is World Diabetes Day. And so this year, 14th, which was Friday, supposed to be that day, supposed to be celebrated. And this celebration is being organized by Family Medicine Department of Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. They are here with me, and so we're going to talk about diabetes and its implications. I will introduce them right after this break. Stay tuned.
Since time immemorial, God has always communicated himself and his will through various voices, the prophets, the kings, the judges, not forgetting John the Baptist, who was a precursor to Jesus Christ and gave us the will of God. We bring to you Voices from the Valley. This is a program designed by the Conventual Franciscan Friars in Ghana in collaboration with Cafdil TV to bring you in-depth insight in our faith, catechesis, and various Catholic teachings which will help you in your journey as a pilgrim. I know you cannot miss this program, and I highly encourage you that you shouldn't miss this program because it is Voices of God from the valley of prayer and silence. Join us this and every Sunday at 3 p.m. and a repeat on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. here on Cafdil TV and on our various social media platforms, YouTube, Cafdil EDU, and Facebook, Cafdil Cape Coast. Let us meet and share what God has for us through the Voices from the Valley.
Make me a means of your peace.
Welcome back. We are live on Facebook, Cafdil Cape Coast, and YouTube, Cafdil EDU. My guest tonight is Henry Ofori. He is a nurse specialist, Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, and Mrs. Teresa Ajua Edu, also a senior nursing officer, Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. Lady and gentlemen. Gentlemen. Did I say gentlemen? You are welcome.
Thank you.
World Diabetes Day. Yeah. Nice one. And yours is... All right. So since it's about the Diabetes Day, let's see, for the viewers at home, what exactly is World Diabetes Day and why is it globally observed?
Okay, so good evening to your cherished viewers and listeners. So when we talk about World Diabetes Day, it is a day that has been set aside to celebrate diabetes or to create awareness about diabetes worldwide. So the 14th November came about as a result of the founding father, the brain behind insulin that we use. Yes, his birthday falls on 14th November. So World Health Organization and then the International Diabetes Federation thought it wise that yes, why not celebrate such a day on his birthday? So it's to create awareness about diabetes worldwide. So it's not being celebrated here alone, but all over the world, people are celebrating it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Adwa, your theme is diabetes and well-being, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So why is this theme important? And what are the focus, or what are we focusing on in 2025?
So diabetes and well-being. We have a greeting in Fanti. I would want to use our diabetic support group. What's the Asheye Oma Pomazan? So
Asheye ma apomazan.
Exactly.
Okay,
So
that's
if you take care
greeting.
of yourself for the support group, if you take care of yourself, you'll be in good health. But our main focus is diabetes and the workplace. For this year, for 2025, diabetes and the workplace. We will elaborate and expatiate on it later on, because our lifestyle is mostly circulated around or in our workplaces. And currently, as you are here, you are working. We are also working. You go to work 5 times a week. So basically, how your lifestyle is moving is what you do at the workplace, whether you are active or inactive. So that is our main focus for 2025.
Some even go for 7 days. Sunday to Sunday. Sunday, but that one they pay extra.
I get you.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
So diabetes is very, very important.
Exactly.
So Henry, for the first time, some are now hearing it for the first time. Others have heard.
Yeah.
So tell us what really diabetes is. What is it?
Okay. So we say it's a chronic disease. When we say chronic, it means it's not something that will come once and go. It is something that has been there for some time. That is what we say chronic, long. And it's a lifestyle disease. That is one important thing. It's a lifestyle disease. So it's a chronic disease that affects a certain organ in the body that is responsible for insulin production. When we say insulin, there's the pancreas in the body produces insulin. And that insulin, what it does is that the food that we eat, the insulin acts on the food we eat, yes, and it extracts it into the blood system for you to be able to function. So as I sit here, as I lift up my hand, it is the energy that I derive that helps me to lift my hand to be able to speak and all those things. So if the pancreas is malfunctioning or is such that it's not able to produce insulin well, then it causes problem. We say diabetes. There are some people, the insulin is produced, but it becomes ineffective in the system. So that is diabetes. So it's a chronic disease. It's not like malaria, which will come and go. That is.
So pancreas, no, ne fancy any.
Pancreas, ne fancy the way as You know, when you look at the body organ, there's something that like a leaf. I don't know whether if you dissect, you see something there is like a leaf. That is the pancreas in the body.
I know produce that insulin.
Yes.
No insulin, so no fancy.
Insulin, that one the baby. It's in Serbia. A bani peduan, me say better train. Citrine bamujenim. Na etnia yeduma.
So is that the reason why in Fanti or in our local we call it
Esiche? It has to do with sugars. And there, yes, is banana. Me can say, to lift my hand, I need energy. Yes. Energy is sugar.
Okay.
It's the sugar. When we eat yam, all the carbohydrates, some of the fat, and that when we eat, it converts it into sugar, into the system. That helps us to be able to do all that we do. But when the sugar in the blood becomes excessive, that is when we say diabetes. So, that is what we talk about. Yeah.
But it's not
necessarily the table sugar. Yes,
okay.
Not necessarily the table sugar. But as I said, most of the food that we eat breaks down to form sugar in the system. Yes, so that sugars is when it becomes too much. And then your insulin is unable to work on it well, or it's not being produced, then it becomes plenty in the system.
Adwa, I want you to break down the main types of diabetes in simple terms for our viewers.
Okay, simple terms. So we have 2 main types.
Okay.
That is type 1 and then type 2. My boss has explained it actually, but I'll taper it down to the types. So with the type 1, it's mostly found in children or adolescents. With them, we would say that you cannot explain. It's not their fault as well. their pancreas is not producing the insulin at all, or very little of it. So this group of people actually inject themselves morning, afternoon, evening, just to get the insulin that the pancreas is supposed to produce, just to get it into the system for it to function for them. So with them, we cannot explain why, but it doesn't also mean their father or their mother was having, no. Some have it not because it's in the family. They just give birth to them and their organ has that problem.
Can it be attributed to when, during the pregnancy, whatever the mother may have eaten?
Okay. So research hasn't gotten there that what you eat this will cause your child to have that problem or condition. Exactly. So with the type 2, okay, so I've explained type 1, and then with the type 2, it's mostly diagnosed in 30 years of age and above. So adult. That one, you get it through your lifestyle activities. Constant certain kind of lifestyle you live constantly after a period of years. But unfortunately, we are facing the problem of youth or adolescents also getting type 2 diabetes.
That's
because
those
of
below 30.
those below 30, even as low as 18 years, they get type 2 diabetes because of the same lifestyle we are talking about. We'll get there.
We'll get to the lifestyle anyway.
And we have one which is not common. We call it gestational diabetes. So you know when you get pregnant, your body has
I
some
also get
changes.
there because because I found out that throughout or whatever you're going to, you never mention pregnant women.
Okay.
And I know during pregnancy there are a lot of things that
happens.
But okay, so let me
so it's part of the types. It's called gestational diabetes.
Okay.
Exactly. So when they get pregnant, when the body undergoes through those changes, it sometimes also affects the pancreas, where its rate of production can be low or not enough. So such women, we manage them till they give birth, so that doesn't affect the child or it doesn't affect the mother, because through that you can get a lot of complications. But again, after birth, when you continue to manage, it can stop. With them, it can stop. Some too, unfortunately, they live with it. Exactly.
Oh, okay. Then the pregnancy has a lot.
A lot goes on, so you need to applaud women.
Applauding women.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about the risk factors.
Okay.
And who is most at risk of developing diabetes, and what are the key risk factors we should all pay attention to?
Okay. So when we talk about risk factors, we look at it in two ways. We have modifiable risk factors and non-modifiable risk factors, meaning there are some risk factors that we have control over. We can control as individuals. Then there are some that we don't have control over. So when you talk about the non-modifiable one, that one we can talk about the family history.
Because you cannot do anything about it.
Yes, that one you can't do anything about it. So family history, maybe sometimes it's not directly your mom or your dad. It could be your grandparents. So you can get it through that means. Sometimes because we are blacks, race, the fact that we are black alone, the race or the fact that you belong to a certain group, that one you can't do anything about it. Those are our risk factors. But there are other risk factors which are...
So these are the two non-modifiable.
Oh, there are other. I just mentioned the two. Family history, race, age. You know, as you age, your organs lose its strength and other things, so you can be prone to some of the other things, yeah. But mostly those ones, you don't have control over it. You can't control your age, that I won't grow.
So the fact that I'm a black,
yes.
The fact that I'm aging,
You are aging.
the fact that
Your parents or your
my
grandparents or family.
Okay.
That one is there. Those ones you don't have control over. But where we have control over, the modifiable ones, one we say overweight and obesity.
Okay.
No, they are not the same. Overweight and obesity. There's a score which says obesity and overweight. Those ones, that one you can control. It's a risk factor. Then we have...
So now that you said overweight, obesity are not the same.
Okay.
Tell us the difference.
So there's a way we calculate it. So
With the
there's
BMI.
Yes, the BMI.
Index.
The BMI. So there's normal, there's underweight. Then you come to normal. Then you go to overweight, then obese. It means that one, wabroso. There's a measure. I don't have the figures right now. There's a measure I can. So once you get there, then that one, abroso kra.
25,
You get it, and we measure it based on weight and height. You do some calculation. Somebody can be very tall,
like me.
Can be very tall like you, but maybe the fats are not plenty like that. So you can calculate the weight and the height. The person will be normal, but somebody can be like you, but maybe the muscles are less and the fat is rather more. So the person can be obese based on.
Hey, the man going home. The weight that I'm part of my question was to be obese.
You see, so it's there are various ways that we calculate. So we can use the weight and height to do a calculation, and then the other means.
So he's just trying to say that you can't look at someone and say
Just like
he's
that.
obese or not. Someone can look tough but has more muscle than fat. Exactly. So he can.
So one is that that is a modified one.
Yes,
so
one is. Then the other one has to do with diet. So when we talk of diet, what we eat. As I said, I explained that the sugars is not just the table sugar that we eat, but most of the food that we eat, when it breaks down, turns into sugar. Like all the carbohydrates turns into sugar in our system. And it's not bad, it's good, because the body needs that sugar to work. But when it becomes excessive in the blood, that is when there's a problem. So those foods, those fats, a lot of it, those ones too can break down. So diet is one also. Then we are looking at exercise. So like when we lack exercise in our body, it's a risk factor. Sedentary lifestyle, from work to your car, to your office, to your home, no activity, less activity, and the body is not active. Then you are
these days,
yes, but these days, one only scampo, because we also copied the lifestyle of it. You see the way we eat in Ghana. I've seen the way we eat in Ghana. The foods that we are supposed to eat during the night. These days we eat them in the morning, and the ones that we need in the morning, we have turned them to eat them in the night. You know, you are going to work. You need energy. You need a lot of energy to work. That is why you need those kinds of food. Somebody going to weed somebody's farm or going to dig some manhole or whatever. He needs heavy food.
In the morning you have to do eat breakfast, no breakfast to be tea, cocoa, bread, and stuff.
It is dependent on the kind of work that you are going to do.
Okay.
If you are going to sit in the office, you will not do anything. When you take in that food, it will even make you dull in the day. You understand it? But if your work is such that you are active, you are involved, you are going to use a lot of energy. So when you eat those food. But rather in the night, what do we see? Move around the night, all the streets, you see people eating certain foods. I don't want to mention names. Full of a lot of fat, and once they finish, they go to bed. So these will pile up, fats will pile up in the system. That causes the obesity and overweight I'm talking about.
And I have to change because I'm a victim. In the night, yesterday night, I ate kunkunte and slept.
So ideally, you get it. So ideally, after eating that, you should have wait for some time or some few body exercises before maybe you bath and then you sleep. That will have. But our lifestyle is not like that. The food. So the diet is one other aspect. Then we look at smoking. Smoking too is a risk factor for diabetes. Excessive alcohol intake is a risk for. And those ones, as I said, they are modifiable. Means we can do something about it. So there are some chronic diseases that can also cause, yes, when you've heard that most people who have hypertension end up getting diabetes. It's because of the stresses that are associated with the hypertension. They can lead you to some of these lifestyles that we're talking about. So there are certain chronic conditions can also predispose you.
Is it only hypertension?
Oh, it's not hypertension alone, but that is the common one.
Mention the other one.
Most of the heart diseases. Most of the heart diseases, so hypertension, heart failure, those ones are there. Then there are other conditions that can affect the organs that we talk about, kidneys, and then, yes, they can lead you to developing diabetes.
And one more risk factor.
You want to add?
Yes, it's
don't
quite
add,
we started.
Add one, there are lots. Add
no, quite we started, quite he even initiated, like waist gets, because I'm saying waist gets. When you come to our facility, Nkofu say, now I want to sew dresses for them or what. We laugh over it. When your waist gets is actually above 33, you're at also you're at
Your
high
waist
risk.
get.
Yes.
I mean the circumference of your
As
waist.
he's showing
Okay.
you, yes. So if you measure and it's above 33, you need to just take care and be careful. You are talking about risk factors, so that doesn't mean if it's like that you have it, no. But you're at high risk. He was talking about late eating. That one really gives you abdominal fat, like a piles up fat around your abdomen. So if you continue that lifestyle, your waist gets is actually 33 and above, you can start working on it. So I'm just adding it up to the risk factors.
Oh, okay. The waist get, you said above what?
So we have a
33.
figure for the
Yes,
males and we have a
yes.
figure for the
For
What is our
females.
figure?
Yes.
So for us, it is at 40.
Yes.
40. So
40.
use a tape measure 40 centimeters. We look at the navel line, then I think we go 1 inch below the navel and we can measure.
Just like when you want to sew trousers, they measure.
So you see the fat around here, the abdominal fat, we don't like it. So you see men and then their abdomen is protruding. They said, also flu when you know. The fat accumulated here it's not good for the body. It's one of the major causes of these heart diseases that you see around. Yes. So fats around the belly.
So if I want to understand this, the insulin thing, it seems I'm drawing you back.
Yeah.
So for morning, if I wake up and I don't eat from morning to evening, but I'm able to work or go to wherever I go, does that mean the insulin being stored in me is the one, helping me to be active?
You see, when we eat, once food gets into our system, it starts to break down. And once it breaks down, it goes into our bloodstreams for us to use. And at the end of the day, it's not everything that the body will use. So the body stores some. Because the body stores some of these things, depending on the type of food that we eat. There are some food that breaks down easily, and then they leave the system. But there are certain foods that when the body has in excess, the fats and that things, the body cannot use all, so they will store them.
So like konkonte, for instance, will it go or...
You see, konkonte, some form of refined cassava or whatever. So sometimes it's starch that is refined. Into one sometimes and yet to say the fufu itself, which has plenty starch. A lot of fufu bunches, maybe plenty cassava, and then that one has plenty starch even compared to the konkonte.
So the version of konkonte is best.
So as I'm saying, the body stores some of these things in the system. That is why somebody can do fasting, will not eat for a certain period, and still the body is fine. It's because once you have not added any other food, the body needs energy. So it falls on the stores within the body. You get it? So it goes back to what the body has stored. That is what you can use. But at a certain point, you realize that you have exhausted all those ones. It will work on the fat cells, pull out all the energy there. Now, nothing there. It goes to then at a certain point, you need to top up. Otherwise, then you'll be nearing your death. Yes.
All right. Adjoa, before the diabetes become severe, certainly there's going to be some signs and symptoms. So what are those signs and symptoms that we should be looking out for before the diabetes, become severe?
Okay, so thank you for the question. This part is important. That is why we are going through all that we are going through to create the awareness out there. Actually, when your sugars are high initially, you don't feel anything, you don't see anything. It's not like having malaria that it will make you not feel like eating, you will shiver, that one, we give it urgent care. But with this, it will be there for a long time. Then you will feel, or you have blurry visions. You see that actually how you used to see at first has changed. Your eyesight, your sight will become blurry, or you have problems with your sight. And then you would drink more water and then urinate more. God is so amazing. In his own special way, he has made our body in such a way that when your sugars are high, it will trigger your body to excrete some through your urine. So as you're excreting, we call something osmosis. We did science, normal science. Where the sugar is high, there will be more extraction of water. So that's what happens. So you urinate more. As you're urinating, you will definitely also drink more water. So even those with diabetes, when their sugars are high, when they come to the hospital, they'll say, oh, I've been urinating a lot, I didn't sleep. Mostly at night, you urinate a lot, you drink more water. When you get any wound or sore around any part of your body, it really takes time before it heals. Ideally, some sores or wounds should go or should be healed within like 2-3 days, let's say. But some of them, it takes a month, 2 months, 3 months, some even 6 months for just a small wound to heal. Such a person, you need to be alert. And then when you do something, when you walk, whatever you do, just the little effort you make, you are tired. Such a person, too, you need to take it serious and then check up on yourself.
Maybe I'll add some to the science. You know, initially, when we see somebody lose weight, sometimes the mind goes to one thing, HIV. But it's not all the weight loss that is HIV. Excessive weight loss sometimes is diabetes. Sudden is diabetes. So when you see somebody losing weight all of a sudden, you have to be looking at diabetes and not just HIV/AIDS alone.
Yes.
So weight loss is one of the things that can, as he said, mostly if you don't have diabetes, it is starting, you will not get any signs to notify you that hey, you are getting it unless you have tested. That is what makes it very challenging. Yes. So you have to be testing to know. If you have not tested, you wouldn't know. But when you start seeing these signs, it means you have already developed the diabetes. When you see the signs that she talked about, once you see them, then it means that you have developed the diabetes. Yes.
So can someone walk straight to you and tell you that I'm coming to check my sugar level or something?
That is one of the basic things.
Without paying anything.
That is one of the basic things that we do.
No, I want to know without paying anything.
Okay.
No, that one, when you come to our facility, it has been subsidized. Because of the love of the people and then creating the awareness, it has been subsidized. Because when you go to other clinics and then pharmacy shops, they charge more. But our leaders, just 6 Ghana cedis, 5 Ghana cedis.
Oh, okay.
As just 5 cedis, you can check and know your status. And as part of the awareness now, it's, you know, quite recently, a relative of mine was sharing his experience, and I was furious a bit. Because of this, our facility, we have made it part of the vital signs. It's important. Immediately you come there and you are not feeling well, it's part of the main things we check. But when you go to other places, they don't look at it first. They'll do the normal other vitals. But as he's saying, it can cause other chronic conditions. So the main thing and the first thing is to check and then know whoever's status, whether it's high or low, or it's normal. So it's not expensive. Just 5.
So from here, I can go with you and check.
Oh.
It's even free. My boss.
Like yesterday that we went for screening. That one we didn't
for
charge. Because once we have the sponsorship with some of these things, kits and other things, we're able to do it free.
Yeah.
Because most of these things we use money to buy them, so we can't give them. Yes, but as she said, we can subsidize based on how much we buy it.
I have the machine, but I don't have the pricker.
So you see,
Come
the
visit
strips,
our place. The gun, the one we, or the
strips that we put
the
inside.
lancet.
I'll say the strips or which one?
The strip, the one
Both.
that takes the blood.
And the
you
one that
visit us will assist you.
Wow.
So that is a basic test that you can get. There are other ones that we use. This is not the definitive what we use to diagnose. No, because there are various factors that can. So once we test this and this is higher, we can let you do a further test in the lab, and I think that will give us a concrete definition. We don't diagnose based on.
But
that.
Is it rampant? Is it common?
Diabetes. There are a lot of people working with diabetes, but they don't know. So let me give you the few statistics that we have. Currently in Ghana, what we know is about 2 million people are living with diabetes in Ghana. That is what those we know.
Those who have been diagnosed.
Those we don't know are not part. And there are a lot of people who are working with diabetes.
They don't know. You two don't know.
You two don't know.
We got people very high sugars, and they've never heard of it that they have it.
Yes, but their sugars were high.
When we do screenings like this, we fish them out and we help them. We assist them.
Hey, anyway, like you said, growing up, we thought diabetes, just as you said, is for adults. But anyway, you've answered well. I was going to ask whether children also get, but you've answered it. But anyway, they don't live any modifiable lives.
For the children, yes.
So okay, so
for the children, you know, we talked about the type 1. that is mostly common in that age, children and then adolescents.
That is not dangerous, eh?
Oh, it's not about the dangerous aspect, but I'm saying they, through no fault of theirs, they were born with problems with their pancreas, or you get it. So the insulin is not being produced at all in the system through no fault of theirs, or what is produced is not able to work well as it is. So that one is through no fault of theirs. We call something autoimmune disease. The body fighting itself. Those ones can cause some of these things. So through no fault of theirs. So when you come to our clinic, we have the session that looks at the children, and we have as young as 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, they are having a diabetes through no fault of theirs. So it is there. Then those teenagers, as he said, because of the lifestyle that they have also copied, now they are even having the type 2, which was formerly for adults. Because that one is purely lifestyle. It was lifestyle. So as I said, you were talking about, first, we think that is for the elite, some people, world people, but these days,
come on,
those people with money are eating well. Now here, those without money are rather taking their bad things in the system, and then so diabetes affecting
when you
people.
copy and copy wrongly.
Yes, you copy and copy wrongly. Yes. You go to the house of the rich and they are eating some vegetables and because they are checking. Their diet is balanced. But those without money.
All right, so you still watching Cafdil Healthcare on Cafdil TV, and we're discussing diabetes. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, I will ask how we can prevent diabetes. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Since time immemorial, God has always communicated himself and his will through various voices, the prophets, the kings, the judges, not forgetting John the Baptist, who was a precursor to Jesus Christ and gave us the will of God. We bring to you Voices from the Valley. This is a program designed by the Conventual Franciscan Friars in Ghana in collaboration with Cafdil TV to bring you in-depth insight in our faith, catechesis, and various Catholic teachings which will help you in your journey as a pilgrim. I know you cannot miss this program, and I highly encourage you that you shouldn't miss this program because it is Voices of God from the Valley of prayer and silence. Join us this and every Sunday at 3 p.m. and a repeat on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. here on Cafdil TV and on our various social media platforms, YouTube, Cafdil EDU, and Facebook, Cafdil Cape Coast. Let us meet and share what God has for us through the Voices from the Valley.
Make me a means of your peace.
Welcome back. If you just join us, this is Cafdil Healthcare on Cafdil TV, and we are discussing diabetes. And we are live. We are live. Don't forget to follow us, like and share on YouTube and Facebook as well. Boss, Henry.
Yeah.
So let me ask, how can the average Ghanaian, prevent diabetes? And how important is early screening?
Okay. So preventing diabetes, you've talked about early screening, so I'll start with there. As we said from the beginning, you only have to test before you know that you are having diabetes. It's not like the malaria that you have high body temperature that is showing, maybe no. So you need to only test to know that you have diabetes. So that means you have to be checked regularly as a practice. Once you check and you know that your ranges are fine, then maybe you wait, maybe after 3 months, you can be checking every 3 months.
Okay.
But once you check and it's higher, then maybe it has not developed diabetes yet. You are still in the pre-stage. Then you can monitor for a while and check your lifestyle, and then you'll be okay. So the prevention, the first one is through checking.
Okay, fine. Before you go further, let me ask if we can get this beforehand. I mean, what would be the values?
Okay.
The actual value there, so that when I'm going to hospital to check, this value will be at the back of my head. So if you give me different value, I know that things are going or that kind of thing. So what will be the normal value?
Okay. So the values I will be giving you is according to the American Diabetic Association.
Okay.
You know, there are various calculations, but per the American Diabetic Association, anything below 3.5, you are hypoglycemia. Means your sugar level has gone too low. And that one is another thing. It's dangerous.
3.5.
Below 3.5 is dangerous for you. It has gone too low. So per them, the normal should range from 3.6 to 5.6. Normal. 3.6 to 5.6. That is normal. If it goes above 5.6, like 5.7 to 6.5, it is not diabetes, but they call it pre-diabetes. It means you can do something about it for it to come back.
Okay.
If you don't do anything about it, then you end up being diabetes. So anything above 6.7, then you are diabetes.
The point is very important.
It's important. It's important. So above that, then we diagnose as diabetes, yes. And then we have a way, it can be either fasting or random. Random means you have something is inside. Fasting means you have not eaten for an 8-hour period. An 8-hour period. The emphasis is on 8-hour period. Somebody might eat the last meal, let's say 12 o'clock, then he goes to sleep. Then you come at maybe 6 a.m. to check. You say it's then the type of food that the person ate to some fufu and other things. It will still be in the system. So once you check, you can get a high figure because of that. So we don't base on that. That's
so before you come and check,
yes.
Which means you should.
So now I'm saying what we term as fasting blood sugar is 8 hours of fasting.
Okay.
Otherwise, random. That is if you have eaten or taken something. That one shouldn't go above 11. And it's also dependent on the type of food. Some food has, the sugars they break down easily in the system, so you find them in the blood within the shortest time. Some take a lot of time to break. The whole grains that we know, so those ones are. Then, going on to the prevention.
Yes.
So, checking, then the lifestyle, the food, the diet. So we talk of diet. So fruits, vegetables, and meals which are balanced, meals which are rich in whole grains. So when you talk of whole grains, you are looking at the oats, the cereal, the oats, the wheat, those ones, even the maize, not those that they have, how do you call it? Yes, taking the husk. They have the husk. No. Yes, the whole one. That is.
So cheese is not good.
Wait, he's talking about maize that doesn't have any.
So I'm talking of those ones. We are not saying you shouldn't consume pizza. What is it? I'm talking about.
Wait.
Whole grains.
Yes.
So my emphasis was on whole grains. So I'm giving you the foods which has the whole grains. Those ones are very good when you take them because they take time to break in their hands. So the wheat, the oats, the whole grain maize, and those ones. There are some rice and other things that are whole grain. Those ones are good. You consume them more.
What about groundnuts?
Yes, as I said, balance. So all those meals are the body needs them in certain amounts. You get it. So when I say eating well, that is analysis. So prevention, I've talking about checking, then I've talking about diet. Another one has to do with exercise. So ideally, every week, at least 150 minutes. So if you want to divide 150 by, say, by 5 or by, so let's say 30 minutes a day of exercise. And the exercise, there are various forms of exercise that we can do. The exercise that you do will not be the same as me sitting there.
Maybe.
Or even with, you see, so I can show you some simple things that you don't know that they are exercise by the exercise. You go to church, they play music a lot. Why won't you dance in church?
So you see,
but you are playing drums, so you cannot be active. So when we talk of exercise, people are looking at some fixed gym or no,
walking,
not that one.
You know,
but you can have brisk
walking. Yeah.
Brisk walking, you walk and you say you sweat. That I said, dancing is very good though. So when you go to church and people are dancing, allow them to dance. You see, when you dance, you are engaging the whole. They are engaging the whole body. They sweat.
Me, my church, if you don't dance that type, that will make you sweat.
Oh, you should allow them to dance.
That will make you.
Somebody
sweat.
wouldn't get the chance to go and play football on the field or go to the gym. But that person, the church can be helping that person through the dancing. And you should allow them to dance.
Not that they don't allow. You know, when gentle.
Okay, for that one, for that aspect. So you won't get your exercise through the dancing, but some people can get it.
Sure.
So you get your walk. You do brisk walking. Not just the normal. We say, hey, I can walk like 1 hour a day. I walk, but not that type of walking. That when you are walking normally, no. But this one, you have in the back of your mind that you are exercising. So your muscles are involved, your whole body is involved. So your hand moves, your leg can move, and you sweat. Somebody is aged that the person cannot walk or do it, but sitting in the chair like this can be lifting your hands, your legs, you can be moving like those are forms of exercise. So exercise is one part.
Okay.
Then the other things I talk about as risk factors, alcohol. So once you cease, reduce, smoke, once you cease those ones, then you are preventing the disease. So holistic. It's more of lifestyle.
Yes, ma'am.
You were going to add something, and you said I should wait. So come.
Now when you talk about the TZ.
No, you know, he was talking about maize meals that they've removed the husk. And you made mention of insimu, so I don't know the name. Yes. So I was also giving an example that TZ, it's dry, it's just starch, no roughage. It's good with the ayoyo because
the green
will complement it.
But someone will eat like 4 or 5 balls with some small green. So you can imagine. That's why he made mention of measurement. So when you go to our dietitians, they couldn't come today. They are there. When you go to them, they will give you education and then advise you, even with measurements. You realize that eating with measurements is very important. We said balanced diet. Ideally, when you're eating, let's say we use round 360, like you divide the plate into 4. The carbohydrates should be quarter. Then more vegetables, more proteins, but it's the other way around. Because someone will eat like 3 balls of kenke and buy fish 5 cedis, skit to AB.
And there's still some
there's still small B. You see, fufu to a better like 15 cedis now, assume 20 cedis. Then nobody will say like something small. So ideally, the soup should be more, the fish should be more, and then entroba B or okro B
to complement it.
The research shows that there are 2 different schools of thought. I'm still trying to know the pathophysiology behind it. It says that okra is really a good meal, like a vegetable in helping manage diabetes. It is a enchir in kruma. You can eat it more. But cool like this. Yeah, first na is the eto. Now Cape Coast, yeah, such as a starch banchembor. Yeah, the fra. So the starch my boss explained earlier. Yeah, the abaka and home. But first na eto no is normal eto with roughages wom yan sondo. So even with that, no, I did nkruma for nkruma nkwana. You are really giving your body correct balanced diet. Let me explain in layman terms. Now, they should understand why we talk about roughages. Process. When area benkwana, when you pound the first it has the fruits, the palm kernel and the rest. When you pour it into the colander, sonyena, about there, ocher and sana in sunuwaye then we film to the brown. Another you squeeze the fiber out, take the palm kernels out. That is what the roughages does in our body. It's anytime you're eating a please. But I'm just saying that your meal, he spoke about wheat. if the vegetables are expensive, you can buy wheat. 1 cup is like 8 cedis. When you are boiling your rice, you add some. So that is your roughages. Intel. Or that is your intel. Even if you are eating normal stew and you have the fiber in there, or today, using the colander, the pumpkin, and so you see that the absorption rate lowest. In today, we advise that Awuza cocoa is good. It's not bad though, but the roughages has been taken out. So if you are diabetic, I stand here to say that please try and desist from Awuza cocoa. You can do your own in the house with the raw blended wakasawa atoko. Then you blend it. Then you do the cocoa. Don't sieve the roughages out. Into the idea and the information we are putting out there, especially if you are diabetic, any meal you are eating, ask yourself that where is your roughages. Even the normal kinky and pepper, onions itself, they are roughages. Very good vegetables, they are roughages. Tomatoes, yet you trying to raw na idea, that one too is our roughages. So that is what he was just trying to emphasize there. We should look for roughages in our meals, not to withstand there. No, eat it balanced, and you'll be fine.
All right. So, for someone who has been diagnosed, what does proper day-to-day diabetes management look like?
Yes. So, with our management, the machine is very important. I always say that at the end of the day, you are suffering. It's better you use the money for your health. Because if you go with this kind of like I say, no, the machine is not expensive. We always say that make facilities. We take care of our patients like they are precious jewels, because as you are managing them, if you are not careful, you lose them as well. So our boss made mention of 3.9, 3.6 and below is hypo. In as much as we don't want hyperglycemia, hypo is even more dangerous than hyper. Why? Because hypo can take your life within seconds.
Hypo is the below.
Below.
Yes, please. So I was happy when he was giving the values, so that when you have the machine at home and you check and you see such values, you take precaution or immediate action. Why? Because we say sugar, raw sugar, processed sugar foods, it's not good for diabetics. But that is what will save your life at that moment. Do you understand?
Come again.
Yes. We say raw sugars, processed like let's say carbonated drinks or even Milo itself, all those that has just raw sugars. It's not good for diabetics, but at that moment, that is what is going to save your life when you go to hypoglycemia. Let me explain.
Explain.
Yes. Why? Because when you take such foods in, the absorption rate is faster. Do you understand? It goes faster, especially to the brain and to the other parts of your body, then it revives you. But when you eat like yam, rice, all the it will be absorbed, but that one it takes time. So with the Fanta, Coke, malt that we say they should desist from it, at that moment when your sugar is like 2 point something, 3 point something, even when you come to our facility, immediately we give you 1 bottle of it. We let you take half.
Dissolve
sugar in water fast. Another the sugar number to what your friend is ablengo about to tetramanase. The absorption is so fast over there too. It is such people no. Maybe also okay. Also community or a holistic care. Obi wa diabetes will fear. They all need to know what to do to help or not help the person. Because at that moment, what hyper, they are so weak. When like ebimupo walk off into say when you now machine they can check immediately whether it's 2, 3 or 1. Now what to do to manage you to revive you. Into Makakandama, we've lost patients like that. Now when Ebusafuni was one to come, there was one hospital. Wababa I realized they know you're hypo. So don't wait for that moment. Actually, tumuze malt tea milo ya edugu insu milo pampaneno and also absorption rates no then or ya high. It's no management no ninya na consider et where banasa. then you can help yourself in the absence of the doctor or the nurse. Into machines, no, you can get it in anywhere. It's moderate, actually. And our boss has elaborated enough on exercise. That one, too, as a diabetic patient, you need to try your best. The exercise will be part of your day-to-day activities. And then drinking more water. This is one important thing I always tell my patients.
But then you need more too.
It's best. Let me give you the, let me give you an example. A patient will come to our facility with like FBS 14, 13. We would give you insulin. We just tell the patient to go and drink 4 sachets of water, or 3 or 2, as much as you can take.
At once.
Not at once. That's why I said as much. So over every 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, if you can drink it. So such people, after an hour, when they come and we do a recheck, the sugar had dropped like -2 or -3. So you can imagine what the water had done for the person within just 1 hour. So if you're diabetic, na ema nsunum ye habita, you can imagine what it can do for you. Do you understand? Yeah. But water is life too. It's good. If I drink too much water, I urinate a lot, so I don't like it. These are my boss to talk about the misconceptions and the myth. If you don't if that is your body also washing out certain aspects of a then it will come out through the urine. Into say diabetic mufa efrido kade ma nsunum enyawanyanko. There again, woman wedra treatment regimen ehu hia. Treatment regimen ehu hia no be o ka misconceptions no amankofo num won edu. We have patients that oba na edu no kita won bebre on san epo na wasa na aba review until they feel the medications are there, won't come for review. So some don't take their medications. Some too, when you give them medications, when you say take it 2 times a day, they take it wrongly. So it's a good opportunity. You find the okada nom na no pa na enyumbra bi o wada ni wefu na also 9 a.m. wanom. Enyumbra be 4-5 on zizi biom inti no oziza na wasena nom de medru no. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 8 hours. But when we say 2 times a day, it's 12 hours. And
the intervals.
Yes, please, intervals. And it's assumed or it is studied and known. Say, after 12 hours, you don't need peak. You have to replace it. That is why they gave you that time frame. I won't know after 8 hours. You can imagine. Overload the system into a drone time is very important. So when they say 3 times morning, afternoon, evening, it's 8 hours difference. Sorry, let me say intervals. Yes. Then 4 times a day is 6 hours.
Is it applicable to all medicine?
Yes. And there are some medicines you take them before you eat, some during eating, and some after eating. Some don't know. So when they take it wrongly, they get.
You also don't tell.
So we tell. We have patients that she didn't understand it that way. Practical patient too. So I took my time after talking to her and the rest, the history and the things I got out of it is she's taking the medications wrongly. I gave her proper education. She went home after 2 months. Normally, if you want long review dates, 2 months. After 2 months when she came, her sugars were fine. And she told me there, Auntie Ness, I said, how I said this, so that's what she did. Now she's getting better results. So this is important. Even when to take it after, and then the time to take it is important. So I would say that in a nutshell, that is the treatment for a diabetic patient.
All right. So, boss, Henry, what new or advanced treatment, are now available to help patients manage diabetes better?
Okay. So formally, what we were doing is, since you have reported with diabetes, our concern is just the diabetes you are doing. But you realize that diabetes affects the body totally. Every aspect of your body is involved in diabetes if you don't manage it well. So these days, we have brought in all the various specialties. So when you come to the diabetic clinic, it's not just the diabetes alone that we look at. Once a while, you need to go to the eye for them to check your eye. You need to go to the ENT. You You need to see the dietitian. You need to, yes, because all these, as I said, are involved. So there are certain labs that will let you do because you want to check that your kidney is functioning well. Diabetes can cause your kidney to malfunction. So we want to be sure that your kidney is functioning well. We want to be sure that your body, we attach a lot of things. Foot care, how to care for your foot. We talk about diabetes, that some of them, when they get certain wounds, it takes time for them to heal and everything. So we need to give you total education on how to care for your foot so you don't even get the injury. When you get injury, how to manage it. So the care is not just on the diabetes, like giving you medication for diabetes alone, but other aspects that has come to help, yes. And I wanted to add something to what she was saying in terms of the medication. Usually when you go to the pharmacy and they give you any medication, they explain to you how you should take it, when you should take it. But mostly people are in a hurry. They take the drug, they don't even want to listen. The dispenser or whoever MC is there is trying to explain, oh, me, I'm that. But it's important. Every drug has the way it should be taken. There are certain drugs, if we say you should take it with meals, it means the drug has been designed in such a way that that is when it can be able to release well and work. You said some foods, it doesn't want you to have food in the stomach. It wants empty. Then it will discharge and start its work before food comes in. If you alter it small, then it also alters. And then with the water, so water is good. So you can decide to take the water during the day. When you are nearing the night, then so that you don't get up to be urinating. So during the day that you are moving about, it's good to take, but in the night, then you reduce the water intake. Yeah. So the new things that we do is total.
I have to bring the pharmacist people. I have to, because like you said, that's why I said you don't. Sometimes when you buy the medicine, they will write 0, 0, 0, and a period brain be then you go. But as to no man sign
it's part of their responsibility.
If you take 10, you get about.
They are supposed to tell you how you should go about it.
It's not.
And you are also supposed
that
to
education
ask them.
Is not.
You should also ask them.
Anyway.
Your health is.
So diabetes, is it curable or managed?
So for now, we will say it is managed. It is managed. But there are people, you know, we give them medications. We say people are on insulin and some other orals, metformin and other things. There are some people who are able to follow the lifestyle modification well to the extent that at some point, maybe some of the drugs can be withdrawn from, maybe you were on insulin initially, but because it's well controlled, the body is functioning well, we can withdraw the insulin from it. Yes, but research have not shown that it's something that we can cure directly, like you have had malaria, we've given you antibiotic, it has been treated and it's off the system. No. But so we manage. Yes. But at some point, as I said, there are some people who are on several medications, 5, 4, whatever. But at some point, you can be on just one medication because you have checked your lifestyle and then it's under well control.
So let me, our time is running nearer. Yes. So, Adua, tell us major complication when diabetes is not well controlled.
With the complications, as we said earlier, every part of the body there's blood. So when the sugar goes there, it goes to destroy. So it starts with the eye, retinopathy. People with stroke. My boss mentioned earlier the hypertension and then diabetes. They are like 1 and 2 exactly. So it also causes stroke. It affects your brain. It causes kidney problems, liver problems, reproductive problems for men. If you are not careful, it wouldn't stand. If it stands, do whatever. I mean,
your
manhood, like you will not, it will not erect. So if it does to some to erect, but whatever they are producing cannot bear children exactly. So it gives that complication. Then women too, if you are not careful, producing will be a problem. Or when you also become pregnant, if you are not careful, it can cause miscarriages and a lot of things. And then amputation, that is to the extreme. When you're talking about foot care, if you don't take care and you get the wound and you still don't take care, it might get to gangrenous stages that they have to cut it off so that it doesn't spread to the other parts of the body. So
I have so many questions to ask, but our time is not. But let me give you the opportunity to tell us if there are myths or certain things that people think it's right, but it's not right. So you can debunk it.
Okay. So people will usually tell you that who are diabetes, and when you have diabetes, you have to eat only plantain.
When
you have diabetes, you have to eat only plantain.
Okay.
That's been that is not it. As you said, all the things that you eat, you can eat them, but you need to be guided as to how to eat it, like we've mentioned earlier on. So there's no special that if you are diabetic, this food you don't eat or this food. If your body tolerates it, the dietitian can guide you as to what to eat and what time to eat it. Sample says if you take diabetes medications, you can lose your manhood. But it's the other way around. If you don't take the medication rather, then you can lose your manhood.
But if you take the medication,
it has some side effects that can affect your manhood. But there are medications that can also be given to you to revive it back. So it is better to take the medication and
so it can be revived.
Yes, rather than not take medication and lose it.
Oh, okay.
You see, she talked about that the sugar in the blood, it affects the nerves. So all the nerves in the system. That's why you talk about the retinopathy. You know that the eye, there are certain nerves. So when the sugar is excess, it goes to destroy those nerves. The nerves in your hand. So the person sometimes you feel numb within the hand. So sometimes something will cut you, you not even feel, because the nerve cells are destroyed as a result of the high sugars in the blood. You understand? So those are some of them. Some people say that when you have diabetes, you'll be on the medication
for life.
As I said earlier on, some people are able to check their lifestyle, and then at some point we withdraw certain medications from their system.
But still, they will be taking other medications.
As I said, I know of some people who are not taking any medication now.
It means cured.
It's not cured.
But they're not taking medicine.
But they're not taking because it is managed.
So
and their sugars are not.
It means
the diet and exercise is more, and it has controlled their sugar to the extent that it's not going high. If they take the medication, it will fall low. Those people, they still monitor their sugars. So if it gets to a point it is going overboard, then they need to. So it's not just like that. So these are some of the myths.
Thank you. That's good to hear. But finally, you are celebrating the day.
Yes.
So what will be your key message to our viewers on this day like this? Let me start with you start with me then.
Okay. So as we said, diabetes can be prevented, especially type 2 diabetes. We've said today that it can be prevented through lifestyle.
Okay.
And a lot of people are culprits when we talk about lifestyle. The lifestyle diseases, they are killing us a lot. When we look at our hospital admissions worldwide, let's use Ghana as an example. Worldwide, Ghana, what causes people to go to the hospital a lot? The topmost three, diabetes is part. The heart diseases, which hypertension is part, the cancers and the diabetes. Those are the top three when you go to every facility. But these things or these diseases are diseases that can be prevented. They are lifestyle diseases.
All right.
So we have to be cautious, prevent it through all those things that we talk about, and it will help us.
You heard Henry Ofori. He is a nurse specialist, Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. Mrs. Theresa Ajua Edu, also senior nursing officer, Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. Thanks for watching. My name is Kojo. At the same time next week. Good night.
Mojo.